For the past 10 years, I've explored how busy professionals can achieve more in less time while maintaining balance and well being. I wanted to find a way to feel spaciousness while still being wildly productive during my working days. During my intense corporate career as a global CRM deployment manager for one of the world's largest chemical companies, I experienced overwhelming workloads and severe burnout. With continuous multi-time zone live deployments, I faced a relentless 24-hour barrage of emails. My passion for the work and strong desire to deliver the projects on time and in full had me doubled over with mental fatigue and unbalance. My marriage suffered, time with my children was scarce, and my excitement and joy for work, as well as my general happiness, was plummeting fast. To help alleviate this issue, like many people do, I tried everything: biohacking, productivity apps, books on effectiveness, social media tips, on and on and on. I found that these tips, solutions, and ideas provided only a temporary relief. I would save a bit of time here and there, but then it would quickly fill back in with frantic busyness by the week's end. I began to feel like I was trying to shovel water from a lake. Maybe you can relate. Eventually, I realized this problem was a systemic one, and I needed a systemic solution. Welcome to this first installment of the Balanced Thriving series titled Spacious Productivity. This is an immediately impactful half-day training engagement for you and your team that will activate shocking levels of output, but done in ways that instigate balance and higher energy rather than burnout and overwhelm. Through meticulous research on human optimization and effectiveness modalities from the world's most elite performance organizations and laboratories, and through personal trial and error in intensive and high-volume corporate environments, we've engineered this training to work fast for those who need relief now and are interested in a new, more balanced way to accomplish the work while no longer having to trade in health, well-being, and quality of life to do it. In the end, as we'll see in this training, I discovered something beautiful. I already had what I needed to improve the situation, and so do you and your team. I finally realized that I didn't actually have a time management problem. I had a self-management problem. Who wouldn't want to accomplish more meaningful tasks in less time spent? How important is it for you and your company's mission to have a team well rested, out in front of their inboxes, and accomplishing more strategic tasks and deliberate goals as a result? Many people mistake activity for accomplishment, but those two things are not the same. This spacious productivity training will clearly highlight the difference and fully activate the accomplishment side for you and your team. Who taught you how to use Outlook or Gmail? If you're like most working professionals, no one did. Maybe the person sitting next to you at your first job, and then over the years of working, you just picked up what you could along the way. As a result of this, most of us use these tools in highly distractive ways, drinking from the fire hose of incoming messages and barely using some of the core functionality, again, because no one taught us. It's time to stop getting our next action from our inboxes. Email is just a pile of unprioritized, non-date stamped, non-contextualized things that never stops growing. We're all familiar with what that feels like. Did you know Harvard Business Review reports that any given email in your inbox has only a 14% chance of being tied directly to your strategic goal or mission? Only 14%. The rest of your inbox is just shuffling papers. Activity, not accomplishment. With that in mind, do you really want you and your team to continue spending so much time and effort there? It's death by 1,000 digital cuts, but there is a way out. This training positions you to leverage what we call architectural calendaring, which is a very different view and cadence that shows a deliberately prioritized and protected list to accomplish while eliminating the never-ending allure and distraction of new incoming messages. This is how to maturely and responsibly untether from our inboxes so that we can accomplish what matters most. Here are a few questions to help gauge if the spacious productivity training is right for you and your team. Do your team members engineer in and protect deep, focused flow state cycles during work, where McKinsey & Company advises a 5 times cognitive output boost? Have the individuals on your team studied the craft of distraction management? This is the meta skill of the coming century. What would happen if your team started adhering to natural biorhythms at work and set that alignment with their workflow? Most working people are never shown the power of the mature no and are stuck in endless, non-prioritized work as a result. This training introduces and activates in your team these simple yet highly evolved modalities of staying to strategic tasks to accomplish deliberate goals and eliminating the rest. Please join us on this journey away from the trance of busyness and habituated distraction, out of hectic inboxes and into a calm, deliberate, and wildly productive state of accomplishment.